The Second Punic War is one of the most significant and dramatic conflicts in ancient history. It pitted the Roman Republic against the Carthaginian Empire and saw some of the most famous military campaigns and battles in history, particularly those led by Hannibal Barca. This video aims to explore the causes, key events, major figures, outcomes, and impact of the Second Punic War in comprehensive detail. The First Punic War had established Rome as a naval power and led to the annexation of Sicily as its first overseas province. Carthage, the defeated party, was weakened but not destroyed. It retained substantial territory in North Africa and Spain and worked to rebuild its economy and military might. Carthage's expansion into Iberia, modern Spain and Portugal, under Hamilcar Barca and later his son-in-law Hasdrubal the Fair, became a point of concern for Rome. The Treaty of Ebro, signed in 226 BCE, was meant to limit Carthaginian expansion north of the Ebro River in Spain, but tensions remained high. Rome, meanwhile, was expanding its influence into Gaul, modern France, Illyria, and other parts of the Mediterranean. The Romans maintained a close watch on Carthage's activities, particularly in Iberia, as this region had the potential to provide resources and recruits for future conflicts. The immediate cause of the Second Punic War was the Carthaginian siege of Saguntum, a Roman-allied city south of the Ebro River. Hannibal, son of Hamilcar Barca, led this siege, believing it was within Carthage's sphere of influence. The Romans viewed this as a direct violation of the treaty, and when Carthage refused to surrender Hannibal, Rome declared war in 218 BCE. However, deeper causes underpinned the war. Carthage resented the loss of Sicily and other islands after the First Punic War, along with the heavy indemnity they had to pay. Rome's expansion into the western Mediterranean was perceived as a threat to Carthage's interests. And finally, both Rome and Carthage sought to control key trade routes and expand their spheres of influence. The Second Punic War is most famous for Hannibal's daring invasion of Italy. To surprise the Romans, he undertook one of history's most audacious military feats, crossing the Alps with an army that included war elephants. This remarkable journey is emblematic of Hannibal's bold strategy and has become legendary in military history. Upon reaching Italy, Hannibal quickly gained support from some local tribes discontented with Roman rule. His strategy was to isolate Rome by creating unrest among its allies and defeating its armies in battle, thereby weakening Roman influence. Hannibal's early victories were stunning. Hannibal ambushed the Roman army led by Tiberius Sempronius Longus, inflicting heavy casualties and demonstrating his tactical genius. Hannibal again employed a successful ambush, trapping the Roman army under Gaius Flaminius in a narrow pass and achieving a decisive victory. This battle is one of the most famous in history. Hannibal used a double envelopment tactic to encircle and annihilate a much larger Roman army, causing massive Roman casualties. The defeat at Cannae was a shock to Rome and led to a crisis of confidence. Despite these victories, Hannibal's strategy ultimately faltered in one crucial aspect. He failed to gain significant support from Rome's allies in Italy. Rome's resilience and organizational strength, combined with its vast network of alliances, enabled it to continue the war despite the catastrophic defeats. Rome's response to Hannibal's victories was to avoid direct confrontation and adopt a strategy of attrition. Under the leadership of Fabius Maximus, known as the Cunctator, the Delayer, Rome adopted a cautious approach, avoiding large-scale battles and focusing on harassing Hannibal's supply lines. This Fabian strategy allowed Rome to gradually rebuild its strength. Rome also used its naval power to cut off Carthage's support from Iberia and other regions. Meanwhile, the Romans, led by generals like Marcus Claudius Marcellus, began to take back key cities and fortifications, slowly reversing Hannibal's gains in Italy. The Second Punic War was not limited to Italy. It also played out in Iberia, North Africa, and Sicily. Rome launched a campaign in Iberia to cut off Carthage's supply lines and prevent reinforcements from reaching Hannibal. The Scipio family, particularly Publius Cornelius Scipio and his brother Gnaeus, led the Roman effort. Their successes in battles like the Battle of Baecula in 208 BCE and the capture of New Carthage 209 BCE were pivotal in weakening Carthage's influence in the region. Rome also faced Carthaginian resistance in Sicily, where Hasdrubal Gisco and other Carthaginian commanders tried to maintain a foothold. The Romans eventually prevailed, securing Sicily and further diminishing Carthage's ability to support Hannibal. As the war progressed, Rome began to consider striking at Carthage's home territory. Publius Cornelius Scipio, known as Scipio Africanus, emerged as a leading figure in this effort. Africanus's campaign in North Africa was a decisive turning point in the war. After securing Iberia, he proposed an invasion of Carthage's heartland to force Carthage to recall Hannibal from Italy. Scipio's campaign in North Africa was successful, earning him a reputation as one of Rome's greatest generals. In 202 BCE, the Battle of Zama took place, marking the climax of the Second Punic War. Africanus's forces, with support from Numidian cavalry under Massinissa, faced off against Hannibal's army. His superior tactics and the effective use of cavalry led to a decisive Roman victory. Hannibal's defeat at Zama ended Carthage's hopes of regaining supremacy. Following the Battle of Zama, Carthage sued for peace. The Treaty of Zama, signed in 201 BCE, outlined the terms of Carthage's surrender. Carthage had to cede its overseas territories in Iberia and other regions, was prohibited from waging war without Rome's permission. Carthage had to pay a significant indemnity over a period of 50 years. And lastly, Carthage's navy was reduced to a minimal size, effectively ending its status as a naval power. The Treaty of Zama marked the end of the Second Punic War and solidified Rome's dominance in the Western Mediterranean. It also signaled Carthage's decline, leading to its eventual destruction in the Third Punic War. The Second Punic War had far-reaching consequences for both Rome and Carthage. The war demonstrated Rome's ability to adapt and overcome significant challenges. Its resilience, strategic flexibility, and organizational strength were key factors in its victory. With the annexation of Iberia and the restriction of Carthage, Rome's influence expanded significantly. This expansion laid the groundwork for the eventual Roman Empire. Hannibal's daring tactics and military genius have become legendary, influencing military strategy for centuries. Despite his ultimate defeat, his name remains synonymous with bold and innovative military leadership. The Treaty of Zama severely limited Carthage's power and set the stage for its final destruction in the Third Punic War. The city's destruction in 146 BCE marked the end of Carthage as a significant power in the Mediterranean. The Second Punic War remains one of the most studied and analyzed conflicts in history. Its battles, strategies, and personalities continue to captivate historians, military experts, and the general public alike.